What happened to good games? Let's rate it.
This is gaming in 2021, and this was it in 2010.
Yep, Halo Reach, followed New Vegas, Scott, man. Good old
This is me
times.
then, and this is me now. I included this for a reason. It ties into the video, I promise. Back then, games felt like they were about the experience and feelings you got from playing the game or making your own stories out of.
Exactly. They tried to be new. They tried to be innovative. They tried to experiment with new things because they actually risked stuff. Today, most big companies, they don't want to risk anything. This is why they take the same blueprint, which gets the money from the casual masses. But for us as tryhards, we will just see the same game all over again, just with a different skin. It is the truth, man.
Deep customization and progression actually.
This is why they all feel similar. That's the thing.
Had a sense of pride and accomplishment. Destruction was getting better each
True.
year instead
Bad
of
Company
worse.
2.
Real-time strategy was actually mainstream.
Bro, when StarCraft 2 came out, the esports scene, I love that. I love that. I always watched Loco throughout the years, man.
And even some indie games were getting their time in the sun, or Shadows and Call of Duty lobbies were just as toxic as ever.
Put your mama on the mic so she can suck my dick tomorrow for breakfast. I'll give your mama some black sausage.
This was good shit.
Have all these quick cash grab, remaster, legendary director's cut, VR, AR, mobile version, buggy ports to other platforms that released years ago like we have now. To be fair, there were still some ports happening to other platforms, but still, there were new games and franchises or additional DLC, and for the most part, it felt like we were getting new shit. The iPad also came out that year, and everyone was like, ooh, a big touch
What is
screen.
this, man?
But I've got a computer and a phone for that. But I mean, it is kind of cool. Games like Doodle Jump and Angry Birds started making toilet time a little longer and more enjoyable, but there started to be a shift of focus with these kinds of games, from fun time killers to holes in dad's wallet. Developers started moving away from just making money off in-app ads to in-app purchases. And quickly, games were optimized to be addictive, constantly enticing you to want to check back in to get those little clicks of dopamine, limiting your progress but offering time savers in exchange for your money and credit card info.
It's so sad,
Start
man.
off by progressing fast, unlocking stuff constantly, leveling up to better things, and maybe you'd even get a little free premium currency that you could spend to unlock something.
I'm glad that I never played Clash of Clans. Like, I might be alone with this one, but I'm glad I didn't start with this shit like this. I can't imagine playing games like this. It's insane.
Even faster. It was such a burst of feel good that you just wanted more and more. But things eventually slowed down and you'd stop getting those hits of dopamine as frequently. Don't want to wait 4 days to barely upgrade your Archer Queen?
Nope.
Can't progress further in missions?
Nope.
I mean,
Just pay. Just pay.
Okay, all right, reel it back in to PC and console games. They were by no means perfect back then. They had their own issues and were rough around the edges sometimes at release, but it felt like the main focus was still about creating a kick-ass game that was...
They tried to make an exciting story, something that would be fun so people would buy it. They wanted to create actually great games, and today they just make a half-assed game, which is somewhat decent, and then they just monetize the shit out of it and make a ton of money.
Unique, fun, with replayability,
Red
or
Judge,
even
man.
just an immersive story, regardless of how it
Never
took
forget,
form.
man. Remember
But those
Reach.
mobile millions made from in-game microtransactions started looking pretty good to the rest of the
Like, this shit, they make money out of this?
industry, so they got a little creative. Now, you've probably never seen this thing, but it was called the OnLive gaming system. There's no real console here, just a TV adapter, a controller, and some cables. The idea was that you just plug the controller and adapter into any device that supported the OnLive service. We're talking PCs, mobile devices, smart TVs, tablets. Hey, you got that on live, man? Plug and play. Consoles?
Quite decent,
A thing
actually.
of the past. Just pay our subscription fee and you can play any game you'd like in the cloud. And
Bro, do you remember the Steam controller? I bought that shit. It was decent, I guess. It was fun for a while.
might sound oddly familiar to things you know now, but OnLive crashed and burned with all employees laid off in 2 years. Why? Well, the video quality wasn't great and the input lag varied from game to game, but the live service model caught the eye of the big boys, and several years later, Sony bought all their patents and came out with their own cloud gaming subscription service, PlayStation Now.
Yep.
Xbox lagged a little behind, but They got their Game Pass and cloud gaming services up and running eventually.
Bro, the
Now-
Game Pass was so profitable for them. Like, this was the greatest idea from their side, like, from a marketing standpoint.
Now, all those services are actually pretty legit. And if you want even more games like the Mass Effect, Battlefield, or Assassin's Creed franchises to play, you can get EA Play or Ubisoft Plus. But here's what you don't think about. Kind of like pre-ordering, when you're on a subscription, you'll also get some of those
Bro,
spicy new...
I was so disappointed by Halo Infinite. I gave it a good shot. I gave it a good chance. The campaign itself, like the gameplay itself, was pretty great, pretty nice. But it was bland. It was only... you could do so much with the environment, but the story, the campaign, it was garbage ass. It was the great... the first 3 levels were the same. Imagine what the levels after were like. Yeah, they were also the same. It was also the same fucking electronic turret where you get in and kill some robots or some aliens, and they were all the fucking same. It's boring and bland after a while, man. And the multiplayer sucks as well. Like, the multiplayer from a gameplay standpoint is pretty great, but the monetization, like, it's not greedy or something like that. It's just horrendous to farm. I'm pretty disappointed with Halo Infinite, and I nearly completely gave up with 343 Industries. Yeah.
games at launch like Halo Infinite. Microsoft starts selling Game Pass for $1 for your first month, and it's almost too good to pass up. So in anticipation, you give them your dollar and credit card information, which they're then entitled to sell or track through some marketing agency. On top of that, chances are pretty good you'll forget to cancel, something around like 30%, or you won't know how to cancel or forget that it's set up for automatic renewal, so that's more money for the big boys. Increasing numbers of subscriptions means you don't really have to try as hard on new games either, because if launch goes poorly, well, whatever.
I'm never a big fan of monthly subscriptions. I want to have that thing permanently. That's why I don't have the Xbox Game Pass, even though it's a pretty good deal and shit like that. Like, it costs nothing, and I just don't like the feeling of not, should I say it, having the game itself.
Get some money anyway, maybe you'll fix it later, maybe not. And that mentality seems to be just the norm now, at least for AAA games.
Fucking Battlefield, man. What a letdown.
People have gotten so used to it at this point that they're
What is this shit?
desensitized to buggy or content drip stuff. Even
Yes, 2042 got problems, but Battlefield titles start out all the same. I'm sure it all get polished smooth in the next month or so. Remember Battlefield 1's launch. Bro, this Battlefield 2042 is still garbage. What the hell? They nearly did nothing.
defending poor releases.
Vibe is over.
It's funny, some people will defend anything, even loot boxes, which thankfully are starting to go away because of the gambling aspect, but are still present and take monetization
this, man.
a step further.
When Battlefield 2 came out, bro. Like, so was Battlefront too, yeah. That was a huge scandal. Like, the Eggman videos, like, I watched them all. It was insanity.
Hey, Mike, you got a second? Instead of spending $20 to unlock something directly, like those mobile in-app purchases, let's make those gamer nerds buy a chance to unlock the thing. And
Yep.
while we're at it, let's price stuff so they'll have a little bit of currency left over. But it won't
Yep.
be enough to buy what they want, so they'll have to buy more.
And that's why they get the bigger package, because there's like more extra credits in that bigger package.
That'll disappoint.
Like Diablo Immortal did, like, what was the perfect example for that one.
them, right? Yes, but they'll still want it and not have enough to get it. So they'll go buy more. So loot boxes became a thing and started to get well known after
Corporate
Team
devils.
Fortress 2's Manconomy update and FIFA's Ultimate Team mode with its card packs. Team Fortress 2 then went free to play, and apparently
I don't understand you FIFA players. Like, yeah, I understand that you like this game and stuff like that, but every new FIFA game, like the FIFA Ultimate Team, don't you need to buy everything from zero? Like, do you need to start anew? Like, why waste your money when it gets when it has no value after the year. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know about that.
Both the player base and revenue skyrocketed to 12 times its previous numbers. With that kind of success, Valve decided to add weapon cases to CSGO, while EA started integrating packs into games at release like Mass Effect 3 and Battlefield 4 with their battle packs. You'd get things like XP boosts, new weapon accessories or cosmetics, and them loot boxes kept making good money, so EA purposely started making the grind in games so unbearable that it'd make people desperate enough to buy into the loot boxes or microtransactions. Hey, if you don't have the time to play our game, that's fine. We did this little thing where you can give us cash and we'll just put that thing in the back of the controller.
It is now at a point where it's better to just work and get real money to pay for the new shit which is coming out in the game. Like, why grind in the game when you can just work and do the real life grind, and it's like 10 times more effective, because the grind in a game and grind in real life is the same boring ass shit. So
you
yeah,
can get back to having fun.
that's that.
When Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out and people calculated it would take 4,500 hours or $2,100 to unlock everything in game, they rightfully gave EA hell online, and EA's famous response was, "The intent is to provide players with a sense of pride and accomplishment." Yeah, okay. 343 Industries added requisition packs to Halo 5, locking weapons, vehicles, and cosmetics behind them.
Yeah.
And followed that came up with Halo Wars 2, where they added a pay-to-win deck
Fucking
building
hell.
mechanic, where you'd spend more money on packs to get more cards and better units to win more games. Then, of course, there was the Assassin's Creed Odyssey with their
It makes me smile every time they use some kind of Halo background music. Yeah, I love it. Like, every YouTuber does this, man. I love you.
permanent XP boost that made the game much more enjoyable because it removed the obvious layer of unnecessary grind that was manufactured just to be sold with it. And I know there's way more examples. I could go on, but you get the idea. The consensus for all us gamers kind of became, all right, cool. If the game is free to play, microtransactions aren't the worst thing in the world.
The good thing about Fortnite, like, I'm just being involved.
Cool. If the game is free to play, microtransactions.
Perfect Fortnite screen. So the good thing about this game is that you just pay $10 and then you have the battle pass like forever. If you play through it, at least. Like, it's an incentive to play, and you don't need to waste your money. Like, I think this model is better when you have ones.
Transactions aren't the worst thing in the world if they're just cosmetic and don't add any advantages.
Bro, what I hate in Valorant is fucking night market. It's BS. You always get shit, and your shop, the shop which updates like daily, you always just get shit, and the nice skins are too expensive, the effects are not great enough. But damn, why am I addicted to? Why am I addicted to Valorant, man? I hate this. Like, the skins and the gameplay itself is so great, I love it, but the skins for what they look like are not worth their money. Like, it's insane.
Multiplayer games, which, sure, but all that money and resources being spent on creating new cosmetics no longer was
Same game. What the hell?
allocated for game development time.
The hook is what gets you into the game to try out a free-to-play game.
Bro, we watched this one. I watched this one.
Then you build it into a habit that
I think I need to react to this one. This is a pretty important video.
play multiple sessions every day, and then at the end it's the hobby phase where people see it as one of their main hobbies, and they put lots of time and resources into it. This is also where you get basically unlimited upper spend.
Unlimited upper spend.
Yep,
The
there's no
focus
limit.
kept shifting away from the old make good games to make games profit, and monetization became so deeply integrated into games that the features couldn't just be ripped out easily.
The best way to make sure of both your retention and your monetization is to make sure you have enough of an in-game economy in there. The 1,000 up there is actually clearly lowballing it. Top grossing games have in-game economies worth tens of thousands. That's how you can
Yep.
keep people in there. They have lots of things to do, to stuff to upgrade, to progress along, and that's how you can make them spend a lot as well.
Battle passes were then the natural progression for loot boxes, where people at least knew what they were going to get, but they have to check back
Bro, the Infinite Battle Pass, something different.
frequently for daily login rewards, boosts, or challenges to
BS.
progress at a decent rate. And if you think about it, they're kind of like an optional subscription within a game that you feel obliged to play and use, or else you're kind of missing out on those later cosmetics that you kind of...
Yeah, at that point you're kind of forced to play the game, but you gave in, you spent money on the Battle Pass, so you go play it, man.
spent the money for.
If you want to get your money back.
All right, Mark. They caught us with the loot boxes. What do you think we should do? Yeah, I don't know how we'll make good games anymore. No, actually, I've got an idea. So, we get rid of the randomness, right? No, wait. We do this season pass with like 100 levels of progression or something, and maybe we'll throw in a few free level tiers for the non-paying peasants. That might make them want to buy the full pass at some point. Right, and if they progress slower than the paying people... Oh, you come here. No, that's not it. Then we add in daily challenges to get everybody back playing the game, and they progress a little bit quicker. Wait, why don't we want to make the grind as long as possible? No, it'll still take weeks, but with everybody coming back to the game on a daily basis, we'll rotate the shop even faster. So they'll start to feel like they have to buy everything they see before it's gone. So they'll be paying for something they may never unlock, and they'll be coming back to the shop. Can I get a raise? Please, I need money, Mark.
That's actually how they talk. This is what I imagine.
A study by DFC Intelligence in 2018 found Electronic Arts value rose from $4 billion to $33 billion since 2012, while Activision Blizzard saw its value rise from $20 billion to $60 billion in the same period, with both increases attributed in part to the use of the games as a service model in their games catalog.
I'll leave the morality of it out of the talk. We can discuss it if we have time later.
Now, the big boys out there, they're trying to make more money off of us with these things called blockchain gaming and NFTs. And if you don't know what that means exactly, cool, neither did I. I had to look this up on Google.
Now, if you're not deep into blockchain technology or a gaming geek like me, don't worry. I'll break down what these mean.
It's retarded.
So let's start with digital ownership.
Let me try to summarize this. So with microtransactions, you just kind of buy them, they're yours to use within the game, and you typically can't trade what you buy. Apparently, blockchain games are meant to encourage players to create value with blockchain items called NFTs. When someone buys an NFT like a logo, image, skin, or something, you're deemed the singular owner of it, and with any buying, selling, or trading of those items, the developers take a small fee on each transaction. So they're not only going to be selling you the original skin, customization item, or whatever,
doesn't make
they're
any
now
sense.
going to be making money off of you when you sell or buy these from other players. If it sounds dumb, it's because it is. Again, why is so much focus on money and exploiting gamers? Are we just too easy to take money from? Start releasing finished games. Hardware ID ban the cheaters, fix the servers, bugs, and balance the game before pushing more cosmetics into the shop.
Cheats are insane. Warzone cheats are insane. I played it for like only a few hours, and I instantly, if you win a few games, like if you destroy the plebs, like the first games, but when you get in those sweat lobbies, you all know this. Suddenly, one dude gets like 20 kills, like in just a few minutes, and he shoots them through the entire map. Like it's insanity. And those people don't get banned because the anti-cheat software is quite garbage. Like I'm pretty disappointed, man. They are not fighting against that shit. Like not enough.
As much
especially like Warzone, like Activision, man. You need to do something.
Is put into game development and taking risks on new franchises instead of milking the old franchises with all those remakes. This shit is dry and outdated. Halo 3 released 14 years ago with more content than Halo Infinite,
It's so
with
sad.
Forge and Theater
So
being
sad.
revolutionary features. Now we get armor cores. At least it's not another MOBA or Battle Royale, I guess. Those genres have easily been the two biggest fads in the past decade. Everything was League or Dota and
Bro, I'm actually hyped for new MOBAs. Like, they all fail, but maybe some new MOBA will stick.
for us console peasants for a while, with others trying to cash in fast with Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes of the Storm had actually a good concept and actually good gameplay, but I don't know how that game died actually.
Vainglory, Paragon, Gigantic,
Paragon.
Pokemon Unite, and
Bro,
many
Gigantic was great. I remember this one. What is it?
Pokemon Unite. Others trying to cash in fast with Heroes of the
Hots,
Storm, Vainglory,
Vainglory,
Paragon, Gigantic.
Paragon. Gigantic, look at this, man. This game had actually a great concept. I don't know why it died down. Like, what happened?
Pokemon Unite, and many
Love
more.
those games.
In the past 5 to 6 years, over 40 Battle Royales have released as well. And it's not that MOBAs and Battle Royales are inherently bad or anything. They're not. I actually like those games quite a bit. But
Yeah.
it just seems like there's been so much invested into
Do
those
something new,
style
man.
of games, and they're copy and pastes of one another with some new spin on it. But it's like they're out of ideas. The same could probably be said for zombie games in the past, hero shooters, crafting, and survival games. They come and go with popularity, which is just what fads are, and that goes for real life things too. I feel like I'm just playing those games because I've got time invested in them. They're what my friends play, and when new games come out, they're fun for a few weeks or so, but they usually run out of content and it's back to the old slog again. Or
True.
maybe I'm just getting more cynical as I get older, harder to please, and I don't have as much time to explore all those new games out there. Don't get me wrong, there have
Nah,
been
I
some
want to give every new game a fair chance, man. But they just fuck you all over. Like, they spit at your face. They shit on you. For no reason. Just to get a shit ton of money.
kick-ass games
So sad,
from
man.
emotional story narratives like The Last of Us to
Well, I was pretty disappointed by the story of Last of Us 2, man. It was quite garbage. But the gameplay was great and the scenery. Damn. I'm quite happy for the true Last of Us 1 remake, remaster, I don't know what it's called. Like they made it with a new engine, with new AI. I'm pretty hyped for that one.
fun casual couch co-op like Overcooked or It Takes Two. Even Fortnite.
It Takes Two was
it's
great.
Easy to hate on now, but in the beginning, there I was playing it with friends I hadn't regularly talked to or played games with in years or ever. Even my wife loved trying to get in the top 5 by hiding in bushes with a rocket, and she is definitely not much of a gamer. The same thing happened with Among Us. Sure, it was a short-lived
Us.
trend, kind of like Fall Guys, but we jump in some random Discord call with friends all across the country on some random Friday night just to have some fun.
Bro, I'm hyped when the next Among Us comes out. Like, some new game everyone is hyped for. Like, and can play together like a party game. Like, bro.
Monetization has been
be
such a
insane.
target by the industry over the years, but all my memories are from the experiences I've had with people or moments in games, and I don't think that's gone away. I just wish that AAA developers would center their attention back around creating those great experiences. The indie devs have been killing it lately, and their games deserve the awards and time in the limelight that they're getting.
Yep.
Communities around all aspects
Ori
of
and the
gaming have sprung
Blind,
up.
Ori and the Blind Forest. Like, watch this, man. Look at it. It's beautiful. Like, this is one of the few games, from newer games, which I truly respect.
To
This is
if
pure
I want to
effort
play
and
with
good
people
gameplay.
because I don't have friends, I can just go to whatever relevant Discord
Bro, what the
server
fuck?
and see who
I
wants to
thought that was my Discord, man. Fuck off.
play. And remember the summer of Pokemon Go?
Look at this. There's a Vaporeon that spawned right there. so
That was
everyone's running.
insanity. That was insanity, man. Back in the day.
They're moving in herds. How do you do this? I'll show you.
People also started getting friendly on this new streaming platform called Twitch, where it was like the old AOL chat room, but it was cool because you could interact in real time with people, develop relationships
Yeah.
while watching them play games, watch videos, or participate in game shows. And whatever this is.
Yep,
Esports have seen
we don't wanna talk
explosive
about
growth
that.
too, with live broadcasts of competitive tournaments and hearing the crowd or shoutcasters' reactions to whatever the hell is happening on screen gets you pumped.
Somebody peek on Envy's side, and well, that's what happens when you go around the corner. Happy with one dig. Oh, and another one!
Whoa.
Oh, and a third! Happy! He could get another one here too, Dupree! Dupree is like sweating bullets! Happy's gonna get the quad
Deagle got
kill in the
me.
eyes! What is this? I think I just broke my chair. I might need a new one.
But it's even more than that. It's about the stories that unfold, the rivalries, the trash talk along the way.
Yep.
But I was a little offended that Victory didn't mention our relationship. I mean, I raised him and Macchio as my practice noobs up in Michigan, so...
Damn.
And of course, those insane, impossible comebacks.
Bro. This is insane, especially in Melee, like Smash Bros. Melee. Holy shit. Both are tryhards.
You can relive
Both are
all
fucking
those moments
tryhards.
right here on YouTube.
I don't know which Smash it was, but fucking Ice Climbers, man. So someone got so salty about that shit. It was insane.
Loot boxes, no battle passes, no dislike button. It's just you, me, and a goddamn video. Speaking of,
Yeah.
thank you so much for watching my video. I know this one took a little bit longer to make. I wanted it to go up
Oh,
by
it's
the end
worth.
of the
I never watched him like diehardGG. This video was great. I really appreciate the effort. I just reacted to it, so go subscribe to him. He does great content. And yeah, go subscribe to me as well if you want to see more reactions and maybe some random gaming video here and there. Maybe I try something new because yeah, I need new inspiration. So I'm still thinking. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I guess I see you next time. UEFA out.